on this afternoon. Here's a look at radar right now. We are tracking a few little specks of downpours that are moving in through Harris County. These are very isolated in nature. Houston proper, not really seeing much of anything right now, but that could change as we progress through the warmer parts of our day, which is between the hours of 2 to 3 p.m., maybe even 4 p.m. We could see a bit more of these downpours flare up, especially in and around Harris County. Take the location as a grain of salt. Just because you probably live in East Houston, you might see these downpours out in West Houston or in Spring. We could see these pretty much anywhere all throughout this afternoon. And not everybody's going to receive rain. It's just going to be more isolated in nature. And we might get maybe some thunder or some lightning, very isolated cells that could really just give us some wet roadways through today. And then as we head closer towards 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it's going to be mostly quiet. And then tomorrow, the same thing. The chance for isolated showers and storms through the afternoon hours, and then the nights becoming a bit more calm as we head into the evening hours. Hurricane Eric, the tropics. It was a Category 4 hurricane, a major hurricane not too long ago, but look at as it's making contact with land. This landmass of western Mexico is very mountainous in this region. Those mountains do a tremendous job at just ripping hurricanes apart and weakening them significantly. It's the reason why you see Eric going from a 3 to a 1 within the past 12 to 24 hours. Just these mountains from Oaxaca all the way to Acapulco, even Guadalajara on the western coast of Mexico, that usually does a really good job at weakening systems, and we're seeing that with Eric right now with northwest winds at 12 miles an hour. Winds have already decreased to 75 miles an hour. This is as the 1 p.m. advisory. And just keep in mind that this is not going to pose a threat to the U.S. or Texas. It's actually going to send a lot of wind shear. It's something that these higher level winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere that really does a good job at preventing any type of hurricane formation a distance away. So that's sending a lot of wind shear off towards the Gulf there, but looking at this evening, that's expected to weaken into a remnant low, and things are going to be quiet for the Atlantic Basin, at least for the next 7 days. We're not expecting anything, but we're watching that closely. Just a reminder, we are in hurricane season, and we are going to have to keep an eye on the tropics closely as we progress through the next few months. Here's a look at the sea surface temperatures. Sea surface temps in the Gulf, 83 closer towards the U.S.-Mexico border, 87 out in the central Gulf here. Just keep in mind that it only takes temperatures 85 degrees or higher to fuel that hurricane or tropical system development. So conditions are warm out in the Gulf, but things are mostly quiet, which is the good news. And just keep in mind that we're going to end our month here across the southern half of Texas a bit rainy. Above normal precipitation expected through June 25th to June 29th. It's shaping up to be a fairly wet June here across our area. But as far as those 10-day high temperature trends, highs in the 90s for the weekend. If you have any outdoor activities, just make sure to practice those heat safety measures, stay hydrated, wear light colored clothing, as well as look before you lock. Make sure that even though the temperature is going to be 95 degrees outside, it can get up to surpass 120 degrees inside of a car, especially on sunny days going into the next few days with these hot temps. It's going to get warmer as we head into the months of July and August. As far as your 7-day forecast, highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. First day of summer tomorrow, 30% chance of showers and storms through Friday. And then we're going to be mostly isolated, seeing those isolated showers lasting at least through the weekend. And then rain chances ramping up for Monday and Tuesday of next week, and we are expecting we could see some more scattered showers and storms through Monday and Tuesday. And so it's going to be one of those weeks where we're going to see those afternoon downpours that could bring us some wet roadways. We've already had a taste of that these past couple of weeks. It seems like it's been raining in Houston for the past 40 days and 40 nights, but we're expecting more rain chances on the way through the next 7 days. But the good news, though, is that we're not looking at any flooding concerns. Houston really hasn't received that much rain, even though it seems like we have, but we haven't received any type of flooding type rains that's making our grounds inside mostly Harris County saturated. But they've received rain, and grounds are already pretty much saturated for areas outside of Houston, and maybe to the east of Houston from Baytown, outside the Grand Parkway, outside the East Sam Houston Tollway going towards Beaumont. They've received quite a bit of rain. But temps mostly warm for today. Hourly planner Highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s, and we are going to track those rain chances, and they're going to be upticking up to 50% chance as we head into Monday of next week. We also have that high rip current risk through the next 2 to 3 days. If you are heading to Galveston, it's an important reminder. We're getting into the summer months. Everybody wants to go to the beach. Everybody wants to go into the water. It's probably the coolest place to be, but be extra cautious on those rip currents for this weekend, as we could see a little bit more breezy conditions along the coast. And those breezy conditions, those windy conditions, usually just starts churning up the Gulf and makes the waves a little bit rough. And so be extra cautious on those rip currents. Can't stress that enough as we head into the warmer parts of the next few weeks or so. Highs in the 90s for Galveston. We are going to see those heat indices get up to about 100. I'm going to go ahead and back that up a little bit. 102, 101 degrees for today. But just keep in mind that as we progress through the next few days, we are expecting this high pressure system just to continue to bring, it's going to start moving off towards the southeast. That's actually going to give us pretty hot conditions for areas out towards New York City, maybe Washington, D.C. So if you're heading in this region, Chicago, St. Louis, they're going to be dealing with summer. It's actually going to be hotter in this region than it is going to be in the Houston area, as we're probably going to be in the lower 90s. They're going to be probably in the mid 90s, and that's quite hot for this time of year, especially for the Northeast and the East Coast U.S. as we go through the next few days. And even though that high is well off to the east of it, that is going to open up the door for some of these little disturbances that's going to give us that rain chance and those uptick in rain and storm chances through next Monday and Tuesday. So next week, rain chances are going to start ramping up to about 40 to 50% chance of showers and storms through the next few days, and just rain chances not going away anytime soon. So definitely be cautious. We're not expecting any severe weather, any type of flooding type weather, at least for the next few hours or for the weekend, but just be extra cautious in terms of the heat safety and the rip current risks that are going on along the coast. And just a final look at your 7-day forecast as we end the live stream here. We are expecting mostly hot conditions, highs in the 90s, lows in the 70s. Rain chances, very isolated for today and into tomorrow. Might see a stray shower or two for Saturday and Sunday, but keep an eye on the heat index for Saturday and Sunday. If you're heading to the beach, be extra cautious on those rip currents. And then by Monday, Tuesday, rain chances ramping up to 50% chance during the afternoon hours, and we could see a bit more scattered showers and storms. So just give yourself enough time heading to and from your destinations if you are heading back in the afternoon hours during the warmer parts of our day. And as always, we are tracking the latest forecast on KHAU.com, and you can always get the latest information on the KHAU 11 app and on our daily live stream that we usually do at 12:30 and I believe 6:30. Have a great rest of your day and stay cool out there.